Hello, everyone, and welcome to Let's Talk Raptors. I'm your host, Ahtisham, my channel where you get reviews, analysis, predictions, and hot takes on all things Raptors as well as some NBA. So, the Raptors had their second preseason game against Philadelphia 76ers today, and that's what I'll be, giving you guys a storyline about. But just like I do in every other video, something else before the video. Is pretty much that I'm up to 50 subscribers, so I'm freaking happy. Thanks to everyone that has supported the channel, looked at my video. Gives me confidence to continue to do this, so thank you very much. So without a further ado, let's talk Raptors preseason game number 2. So the game didn't go as well as the first one because all right, there was a few things that were possible contribution to us losing, but I'll give you guys a description of what exactly happened. So we lost, I think it's 125 to 113, so about from 12 points. It was just a 3-point barrage in a sense from Philadelphia. Seth Curry was going off. Joel Embiid was playing today, and so was Tobias Harris. So they did have their starters back, and that kind of contributed to us not being able to defend very well because they were able to play the inside-out game. Then there was we did some few good things. And I'll let me get into basically what we did good and what we didn't do good, and the players that kind of stood out even when the loss. So one thing I noticed was that the Raptors are starting to rebound very well, even though we're short on size. In a sense of a conventional center position, we have come up with a better strategy to be able to rebound, and that strategy has become that 6'9" guys will block out the paint, and they will basically on defense they will all block out as a team and rebound the ball. And on the offensive end, at least two of the taller guys, whether it's Scotty Barnes, Precious Achiuwa, whoever's OG Anunoby, whatever, they will smack the ball for the offensive rebound. They will smack it straight back because there will be one person waiting. I don't know if most people who watch the game noticed that, but that's generally what was happening. That instead of trying to grab it and come down with it like a big man would on an offensive rebound, instead the Raptors were just smacking it out to the person outside of the 3-point line, straight back, and that kind of led to a few scramble plays for Philadelphia and led to us actually getting open 3-point shots. I think Freddie hit one when Scotty Barnes kind of nailed it out in the first quarter. Then there was one where Goran Dragic got a shot off. Actually passed it to OG after getting the ball from the rebound, and then basically OG shot the ball, and it was a 3-pointer. So that's the strategy we've taken. We actually had more second chance points, even though Joel Embiid was playing this game. So we shouldn't have been able to offensively rebound. So that was a good thing that I saw that we were starting to do, and rebounding was an issue in the past, right? One thing that I get, we will be able to rebound, but taking care of guys like Joel Embiid, Rudy Gobert, these guys, it kind of showed today that we don't have that conventional center, and that's kind of hurting us because no matter how much size you put on, like in the sense you're 6'9" or whatever, you put on a lot of size, it still doesn't help the fact that Joel Embiid has a big booty and can, bring it down to the post and, just back you down and get to the paint and basically either get a foul shot off or either just shoot over you. So that's where I saw that the Raptors are kind of lacking. I get that Khem Birch is not playing, but again, Khem Birch is not the same size though, or the girth, I would say. So I think it's possible that the Raptors will probably have to go after somebody who is a conventional center to be able to deal with teams that do have these conventional centers. If you're playing Golden State, where as Draymond Green, great, any of our guys could be there, but people like Joel Embiid, they are going to hurt us, and that caused 3 guys to collapse on Joel Embiid while he had the ball in the post and led to outside shooting, and I'll get to that. The next thing I saw again was ball movement. There was a lot of movement with the ball. The ball wasn't sticking to anybody other than Gary Trent Jr., who played 22 minutes and took I don't know how many shots. But it was constantly moving. They were finding the open guy. There was this sweet pass where, Scotty Barnes was holding it. And eventually there was like the defense started to collapse around him, and he saw that OG Anunoby was open across on the other side, and he just tossed it to him, and then OG just shot it, and a 3-pointer for us, right? So that showed that there's good ball movement, there's good passing, they're starting to gel to know where the guys are, because it was a pass again. Freddie and OG have played for so long together that it was basically Freddie getting to the edge under the basket on the offensive end and just tossing it out, knowing that OG would be in the corner there and be able to take that shot. So the ball movement has looked very good. The issue that the opposite side that I'm seeing in the so it also is being contributed to the good ball movement is by playing quick, right? The Raptors are running up and down. They are getting it done. There was some sweet, it shows that there was energy happening on the offensive end, because there was this one play where it basically Siva ran all the way behind the defense, got right underneath the basket, and got a sweet dunk out of it, right? So that was something like, it shows that the Raptors are playing quicker with more energy. But again, that goes to the bad side of it, where playing quicker is leading to more turnovers. We had 21 turnovers today, which is not you don't want that many turnovers, given that even if you're playing good defense, we did turn them over a lot more too, but you don't want that happening, given we don't have that type of firepower like Golden State or Brooklyn Nets. It's like you want to play a cleaner game, because you're putting all that effort on the defense, and then if you're turning it on over on the offensive end, it just drains the energy out of you, right? So that's one thing I noticed, that playing really quickly is causing us to do is turn it over, and I guess that has to also do with that the guys don't know how to play with each other just yet. Half court offense does look a bit better. People are moving around, like I said in the last game. They're still doing that. Like, I could see that happening today. There's no missed assignments on the offensive end, and ball is going into the basket. Even with half court screens are being set, ball is going inside and it being shot out for a 3-pointer, or coming off the 3-point line and then taking a 2-pointer, right? So it seemed pretty decent. It still needs improvement, right? We need to learn how to play a little bit of a lethargic games at times, so guys get their ability to just relax and get that breath back. The issue that I saw in the opposite side is basically defending the 3-point. That is still an issue. I know Seth Curry killed us today. Philadelphia was just having this day from the 3-pointer, but I honestly think that is an issue, because we play such high energy defense that our guys are amped up and they end up closing really quickly or jumping, and that just it turns into this pump fake where our guys pass them and they just get an open 3-pointer. I think it has to do with trying to just stay on the ground and contest based on this. Like, I know Nick Nurse says that we want them in their face, but that doesn't mean they need to constantly be jumping around, and that kind of also led to the fact that people were able to get past the guy who's about to close out, get to the bucket and score, because the defense couldn't close quickly enough. So we're having trouble defending the 3-point line at this time, and I think Nick Nurse will probably be able to deal with that, given once we do get Kem Birch back, people don't have to come into the paint to be able to rebound, and I think that's contributing to not being able to close out at the 3-point line either quickly enough, or that we don't have the rim protection. So when somebody does get back past somebody trying to close up on the 3-point shooter, we don't have rim protection, so they end up scoring, right? So they're more comfortable driving to the basket instead of taking a contested 3-point shot. Then again, I think defense. Our defense is looking so damn good. Right in the start, like Scotty Barnes he had this crazy. He got the balls. I think it was Sheldon Mack that he stole the ball from, or deflected it, and it ended up in Precious Chua's hand, and there was a dunk on it. We're right up in their ass. Yes, it has contributed to the 3-point issues or whatever that I just explained, but we're still up their ass. We're covering them from the full court presses. Scotty Barnes is covering the point guard all the way from as soon as they check the ball in, and the defense is moving. They're communicating, and it seems decent that they're getting back. It's just not having that conventional center is causing people to be comfortable driving to the basket, or is causing our guys to collapse in to be able to help the smaller guy, and leading to open 3-point shots. So but I like our defense, man. Is we got length, we got deflections, we're getting turnovers, and we're running with the ball. As soon as we get the turnover, there's always this high energy that's going into it, so you have to take the good with the bad, right? So but I think we have a lot more good than we do bads, in regards to how we have gotten better, and our second chance points in this game were a lot better. There's more emphasis on being able to get to the basket and everything like that, and then shoot it out. Now, the two issues that I saw that do concern me is free throws. We're still struggling with free throws, man. I think people are still missing a lot of free throws, and there are guys that you expect to make those free throws. I get they're rookies, but again, free throw is simple, man. They should just keep practicing at it. And then lineups. Like Nick Nurse brought Gary Trent Jr. off the bench today, which did not make sense to me, even though I understand it's possibly because it's coming off that sore quad or whatever. But you just signed him to a major contract. You don't want Goran Dragic to be a starting shooting guard. You want to train Gary Trent for the future to be your starter, not your bench guy. So I do not understand why Nick Nurse is still in love with this two tiny guard crap in the backcourt, and that does hurt us because you want Gary Trent to get used to it. And I'm hoping that he just did that, so Gary Trent transitions softly into playing instead of having after the quad issue, and he'll start him against the Celtics on Saturday. So that's one thing that really pissed me off today, that Gary Trent needs to start, man. And it's difficult for a young guy to come and try to live up or catch up to the rhythm of the game, and you want him for your future. You don't want him to be your bench guy. You're not paying him $18 million a freaking year to be a bench guy. You could have done that for Norman Powell, straight up. So now let me get to the players really quickly. First of all, Sivai Mihailuk, shout out, man. This guy is damn good. He's more athletic than he looks. He had this sweet dunk, and then he had this reverse dunk, and his stroke looks smooth when he shoots the 3-pointers. He's getting the ball assists. He gets to the paint. He's looking to pass the ball, and he's a very, very good passer. I think he connected with OG twice, where OG got open threes because Sivai drove to the basket and basically put it out there. Tossed it back to the 3-point line, and OG was able to get it in. Then there's Freddie. Man, Freddie was going off in the start. Again, he started to chuck, and it turned into shit. But his stroke looked a little bit better. I think his 3-point shooting, he's worked on it because his hand placement is a little bit different this time, and his release point is a little bit lower than it used to be. So there's less likelihood that somebody would be expecting it to be there and be able to block it, but he was able to create space and get those 3-pointers off, so he looked pretty good. He did start to be more of a facilitator later on in the game, but by that time it was too late. And his handles are looking a bit better too. In regards to the players that stood out to me was Champagne or whatever. Man, that kid can play. I like him. I think he has a chance to make the roster. He comes in, he cuts to the paint. He's not afraid of the contact. He finished like several times under the basket as soon as he came. He's moving without the ball. His defense is actually really good. He has the length. He actually has pretty good handles. I think he has better handles than I would say even OG at this time. And he's able to shoot the 3-pointer. Not that great, but still he's able to do it, and he's a high energy guy too, and he's more of a he concentrates. So that was pretty good. And then let me get to OG and Hanobi, man. OG is going to be an all-star this year. That is my prediction. That is my hot take for anybody who thinks he will not. OG is butter now. He's getting so good. His handle is far tighter. Today he had this where he had this open 3-pointer where this guy, the defender is closing on him. Instead of taking that 3-pointer like he would have because he's afraid to come into the 2 zone, he takes a side step, get to the side of the bucket, and shoots a smooth 2-pointer. And it's swish, man. OG is becoming OG. You know what I mean? He's looking damn good. He's doing turnaround shots, fadeaways, getting to the bucket, doing the Euro. He has really upped his game, and he looked damn good. And his 3-point shot, like he shot one that was almost at an angle where the basket is here, and from the back, like the Steph Curry does before the games, it was almost that way, and he got that to go in. Like OG seems like the guy who is going to take our offense to that next step, because Pascal's gonna score, Freddie's gonna score, Gary Trent's gonna shoot his ass off, and then OG is going to be that consistent guy. And OG is there, man. I think OG should be the first option. He's not afraid. He's able to take the body contact. His free throw shooting has improved. So I'm really high on OG right now, man. And I think people are sleeping on this guy. And his defense doesn't suffer. The only time it suffers is because he has to be the center when we don't have the center, and that was a case today. So guys, not much to worry about. I think a lot of the things that I thought were positive in the last game have carried over somewhat. Today was just a day that Philadelphia had their mojo going, and we didn't have all of our guys either. So not much to read into it. But we're still doing very well in the things that we needed to address, and we're still hopefully will be able to address a few other things that we need to address. But that's all I have for you guys for this video. Please like, subscribe, and comment, because I want to talk ball with all of you guys, and I'll see you guys on Saturdays. So keep talking Raptors until then, guys. See you later.